All right, so here's the deal.
Okay,
I
yes.
apologize for masturbating in the car. That's wrong. And you did another thing for me that was helpful. Was people don't know about this, but when Ken had his meltdown at Cobb's, where he physically assaulted me.
No, he never physically assaulted. This is what happened. So, I'm sure did you tell your side this?
Did you?
This?
Well, first of all,
What?
did you not get in between us?
This is what happened. Okay.
Okay.
No, but okay.
Okay.
Hear this, yeah.
So I think that what happened is that when the Kims fractured, I think we had like an opportunity to really kind of do some stuff.
How long were you guys on the road for together?
Over the course of like maybe a year or two,
A year or two,
we would do
yeah.
shows
Long
here
enough,
and there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But not only that, it's like, listen, it was a concept that now would work. I think that if we would never do it, but I'm just saying that if you, Steve Byrne, not Steve Byrne, you're Steve Byrne, Ken Jeong, that's it. Us three people that have been on television, right?
Well,
were to do it.
Okay.
That we would draw and it would be great, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But back then, we just didn't. Ken wasn't the Ken Jeong that we know of today. You've done so much stuff since then.
Yeah.
I think that, it would be great now,
Yeah.
but, it'll never happen.
Yeah. Well, I think.
And if you do it without me, with Ken,
I wouldn't.
I'm just saying, if you do, if I see a fucking billboard,
No, I wouldn't.
with you and
the only
Kevin
way I would
Shea,
do it is if
right?
we were together
and I get
before,
fucking weeded out of it. You want another war, friend? We'll have another war.
Tit for tat.
We'll have another fucking war.
Well, the Kims kind of like imploded pretty quickly because at the time you were working. Well, you're still with Abby, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we did a New Year's.
Easy with her.
No.
Because I
she's
get
wonderful.
it. No,
She's
she's
been
not.
nothing
She's
but
not.
supportive
She's
of you,
me, yes.
and she's a great representative,
Easy.
which is what you want.
Okay.
You want somebody that's in your corner.
Yeah, thank you.
Looks out solely for you. So we did a show together collectively.
Yeah.
For New Year's, I forget where that was. We did a New Year's show, and I think you got paid something like 10 grand. And then me, Ken, and Kevin each got, I think over the course of the weekend, we each got like $300. And we were like, what the fuck? We thought there was going to be some disparity of like wealth. But we know Bobby's the headliner, but we thought that was, so this
Do you think
provides.
do you think that
This provides, thank you.
Yeah.
I can tell you've done this before. So this provides the beginning of like where I think Ken and myself felt like is a little, we're a little bummed by this, right? So then we did the Wiltern together, and it was something along the same lines where you were getting a lion's share. And granted, given Bobby's cachet and resume, he deserves a lion's share, but I think the disparity in pay was so much that it was kind of like insulting. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where Ken took it, as Ken started like ascending to heights like
at that time, right? He had already done
like The Office and Curb
and all that kind of stuff. But
he was starting to do stuff.
He was in that a couple of Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah.
He was coming
Knocked
up.
Up, yeah.
Knocked up. Yeah, he was coming up.
Yeah. So he was like deserving of something, but I think that then Ken is a very prideful guy, and I think that you two had some, perhaps like, I don't know if it's like a rivalry, but I think that there was like I don't know. I don't know what I'd classify it as, but basically it came to a point where it was just like, I think Ken was like respectively saying, I don't know that I necessarily want to continue with the Kims. And I think we all kind of felt that way at a certain point, where it was just like, all right, well, we ran its course, and it was always doing well in San Francisco, but maybe not anywhere else, right?
Hawaii was fun.
We
did a Hawaii show too. Yeah.
Hawaii was great. And so then we go to San Francisco and we put together the show, me, Ken, and Kevin, and you weren't on the bill.
They didn't want me on it. They kicked me out of the group. Let's be honest. Please give me something. Give me fucking something, all right? I got kicked out of the group.
I think the three of us collectively, can I be honest with you? You want me to be completely honest?
That's what I want. This is about honesty,
okay.
This podcast.
We collectively agreed that we were like, given the way we were treated the last few shows, especially in terms of pay, we felt, well, fuck it. Let's just do it on our own. That's what we thought because...
Kicked out of the group.
So, but what I did is because as we booked it and as we were getting closer to the date, I just felt guilty, and I was like, if we're doing this, we should have Bobby along. And I staged a coup.
You did.
I staged a coup on my own because I love Ken and I love Bobby. And I know that Ken loves Bobby. And I know that Bobby loves Ken. And I think we all collectively, internally, whether we admit it or not, depending on the precipice of how you're feeling at the time, everybody feels that way. So I was going under the guise of, I'm going to fly Bobby up there. I bought you a ticket, got you a room, and I flew you up there so that we could make peace and proceed forward from that. I think Ken had a lot going on personally at the time.
That's right.
That's true.
That is true.
We all know.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was you showed up, and I think you stoked some emotions that weren't resolved, and then you two.
You know how I'll tell you what the light was.
Okay.
The fuse was there, right? But me lighting it,
You lit it.
I lit the
How'd
fuse.
you lit
by
it?
accident.
You remember how you lit
I know, and exactly. I'll tell you, it was about MySpace. So what happened was, I'll tell you why.
I love this. This gets
Because
better.
you know how
and better.
MySpace, you remember how MySpace, you could have your
friend?
top friends,
Okay. Yeah.
right? So
Top eight, your top eight.
Top eight
or whatever,
with
right?
Tom. Yeah.
So for a year or 2 years, me, Steve Byrne, were all in his top thing, and he was still on my top 10 or 15 or whatever it was, right?
Eight.
But then all of a sudden, his top was Judd Apatow, Will Ferrell, all his new fancy friends.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to break his balls and go, "Hey, dude, what's up?" And I said it. I came up from behind him. I remember he was sitting there with his guitar in the green room upstairs, right?
Yeah.
And I came aggressive, and which I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But I went, "What's up, dude? I'm off with your top friends because you have new Hollywood friends."
Came out hot.
I came out hot.
Like
Yeah.
really.
And he was
The
going
complete
through the
opposite
personal
of
thing.
why I got the ticket.
Right,
Like,
exactly. I fucked it up, right?
Yeah.
And then something happened where he got in my face, and it was hostile though.
Do you remember what he said?
You came out hot, and he wasn't prepared to have that conversation. He didn't know, so I
He
don't
didn't know I
blame
was going to
him.
be there.
I don't blame him for reacting
my
the way
fault
he
again.
did. Well, I think that had you come out instead of like the fucking top 8 shit, and just come out and go, "Hey,
sorry.
can we all have a conversation?"
Oh yeah. I
Instead of
read it wrong.
"Hey, what the fuck, man?
I read it wrong again.
Fucking Julia White's your fucking 6, and I'm not even in."
Yeah.
So then you guys were screaming at each other. There's a line of people outside, and it looked like you guys were going to start fighting. And Kevin Shea goes, "Dude, you should go break this up." And I looked at him and I said, "This might be the cutest fight I've ever seen in my life." If Ken Jeong and Bobby Lee started wrestling, but I broke it up, and then I think you guys resolved your issues down the
Years
line
later.
years later. But I
Many
know
years later.
in talking to Ken, and I don't like to voice anything.
I know you don't.
I don't like to talk publicly about conversations I've had with my friends personally, but I do know this for a fact. I do know that you absolutely, he's expressed this to me many times, that you have helped him out early on in his career, putting him in all those sketches on Mad all those years ago. And I know that he does love and care about you, as do I. I mean, no matter what our ups and downs are, I still have a deep affinity and affection for you. Because when I first moved to LA, you were literally, I think, the first comic I hung out with at Dublin's, and met you. And every time I was there, you were always so accommodating and helpful and so kind to me. And we'd go out for late night bites and everything. So what's your next story you want to share to me about?
No, because now when you're talking, it brings me back to experiences and moments I've had. With guys like you who've been around for very long. You've been my friend for so long, and we've been in business together, and we had our ups and downs. But at the end of the day, even though there are, if I look back in the past, even the things that you've said today, you know what I mean? I agree with it.
Yeah.
For the most part. There's some things I could argue,
right?
But I'm not gonna, because that's coming from your point of view, and also I have no hard feelings. I really, at the end of the day, don't have any hard feelings.
I don't have any hard.
I love you so fucking much, right?
And I do too.
And in every incidents when you've had battles with Dane Cook and stuff like that, I've been on your side.
But I've never had a battle with Dane. Like Dane picked that issue with me. Which
I know he did.
never.
I know he did.
Which I
he did our podcast and we talked about. Did we talk about it?
No, we didn't.
We never talked about it. We never talked about it. We never talked about it. Right.
No, he was here. I defended you.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about it.
I'm a weasel. That's the foundation. I'm a weasel. I'm a rat bastard. What do you? I'm the slut king. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't know anything. I just say whatever comes to mind and I go with it.
Well, that is true.